Hi everyone, I'm Zarya and welcome back to my channel.
Yo, and disclaimer, I do look crazy, I know, but because this is my storytelling hoodie, and this is just like, this just happened, and I'm by myself, and the lighting is good, I had to tell the story, so please do not mind my looks, I know, okay? Hi everyone, I'm Zarya, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a story time about something that literally just happened, well, ended today. This is like a week thing. It's just another one of those cases of I think I found the one. This guy seems perfect type of situation, and it was just a mess. So I want to tell the story. So because I had the hoodie on, I was like, why not just randomly tell the story while I'm just sitting in this parking lot, waiting on my best friend. So let's get started. I'm gonna try to tell as much before she gets back, and then I'm probably gonna finish in this hoodie just at home or something. So the guy I met online, on Instagram, like 5 days ago. I'm also gonna add some receipts, so you guys can just see like the horror like I went through. So I met him on social media like 5 days ago or something like that, and all the boxes checked. He was my type. His bio had a Bible verse in it. Everything he posted on his stories was about God. He just seemed like the type of God that I want, the type of man I want. And so I thought, from the outside, very clean cut, stocky, like just perfect, you know? So I'm like, okay, like, cool, like, you know. So you could tell that we kind of want to talk to each other based off of the stuff that we were posting on our stories. Boom, we finally hit it off to a point where we were in each other's DMs, and we started talking. Now I'm going to call him JJ because his social media is just something. His name starts with a J, so his social media is just, you know. So I'm going to call him JJ. And y'all remember when I used to be just Czar before I changed to I'm Czar? So what the freak, the coincidence in that, right? I'm just Zara, he's just, you know? So like, it was just a coincidence. And also he does, YouTube like me. So, I was like, oh my gosh, like, not only are you my type, you do YouTube, like, you're into God, like, okay, so boom, you're handsome, you're just my type, you do YouTube for a living, you're into God. Those are the three things that I look for in a guy off rip. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that can handle the social media thing, somebody that's my type to a T, someone that's into God. Those are like the first things I look for, right? He seems trustworthy, but I don't trust people right off the bat. Whatever. My best friend is walking back as I continue to tell the story, so I'll probably wrap it up. But I am going to tell you guys a little bit more before she gets to the car. So we're talking, everything's going good, we start to get to know each other, the conversations are flowing, everything is making sense. I'm telling the story, by the way. Everything is making sense. Everything is adding up. Everything is, that's my best friend, by the way. I just told y'all she was coming back to the car. But everything is making sense. Everything is adding up. Everything is damn near perfect. But like, it's obviously too early to tell. But like, everything was adding up and making sense, if that makes sense. So, a couple days go by. Everything is still fine. This is when I kind of have to look back. But randomly, we were on the game. Like, he had a friend. And obviously, this is my best friend. So we got on Fortnite together, and all four of us were in a party, right? So before this, it was God, 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 only getting to know me, super, super, just like super tamed, super, just innocent, basically. Both, and then boom, we get on Fortnite, all four of us. So him and his best friend, me and my best friend, we all get into a party. His best friend wants my best friend like real bad. He's like rizzing her up, asking her questions about herself, like really trying to get to know her. Oh, I'm about to say his name. He is laughing at his best friend. I'm laughing at his best friend. We're just all having a good time, right? So his best friend is like, what did his best friend say to you? I don't think you can handle me. Do you go for short guys? Do you think that short guys better in bed? Da da da. And she was like, bro, like, I'm tall. Like, I'm a tall glass of water. Like, you know, you gonna have to climb me. Like, I don't know what you got going, but like, I don't know why you trying to risk, but like, I'm tall, you're short. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not what she wants, but like, she's just going along with it, like, to like help me out, like, kind of be like a wing woman, you know. His friends kind of being the wingman, so like, me and him can really talk. And so he chimes in.
I told his friend that he'd have to climb me. He was, her dude was like, Z gonna have to climb me too. How she feel about that? She cool with that?
I'm so nervous because this is the first time I'm hearing this guy's voice, like, besides like us talking on Instagram. So like, I blanked out. Like, I didn't realize like what he was saying, if he was talking to me or not. Like, it had to we played for like what, 2 hours. It had to end for my best friend to be like, did you not hear what he said? Like, he was like trying to like talk sexually to you a little bit, and I was like, wait, what? And this person that's proclaimed that he's like a Christian, and like every single thing he posts about God, da da da, cussing like a sailor, talking sexually to me, type shit every 5 seconds. Like, I'm like, oh, like, so you're not like who I thought you were. You're not like one of those Christians that like doesn't cuss, doesn't listen to raw music, doesn't talk about sex. Like, you're not one of those Christians. So like, I was kind of confused, but I was like, you know, we're the same age, we are young, like, you know, so like, I'm not gonna judge him too much, even though he's saying he's a Christian. Like, okay, like, what type of Christian, basically? If like you're talking sexually when you don't even know me like that, you're cussing every 5 seconds, like, so what type of Christian are you really, is what was in my head. But I was like, I'm not gonna judge him because, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm Baptist and I make my mistakes. Like, my relationship is the worst with God right now because last year was the worst year of my life. So I stopped believing. Like, I'm going through my own situation with God. So the last thing I'm going to do is judge somebody that said they're a Christian and has a good relationship with God based off how they're acting. But like, I was giving him like the side eye, like, like, not like he couldn't see me, y'all. We're on the mic on Fortnite. So I'm just thinking like, but I'm just going to put that in the back of my brain. And I'll, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe one day I'll get the courage to ask him, like, oh, so what type of Christian are you? Because you talk about sex to someone you don't even know, you cuss, type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what type of Christian are you really? But, like, I'm not going to judge you, if that makes sense. So I just kept a mental note. So right when we get off the game, I guess I gave him the green light to, like, talk sexually to me. So we get off the game, and he sends, his friend follows my friend. And then he sends me, I'm talking about my guy, not his friend, sends me a picture or a video of his penis. So I'm like 2 days in, 3 days in, and there's a picture of your penis getting sent to me, and you come down your, like, what? So to give y'all a little background about me, my biggest pet peeve, and I'll also get to that because it's in the messages, because I told him multiple times the same exact thing, and he tried to pretend as if he didn't understand. But my biggest pet peeve with men is when we meet online and the first thing you talk about is sex. Or you get me on the phone and you try to have phone sex with me first night when I don't even know you. Pedophile. Or if you're acting like a 12-year-old little boy or 13-year-old little boy that just, like, discovered sex for the first time. I don't like that. Like, you're a grown man, have some morals and respect about yourself. So I don't like that. That's my biggest pet peeve. Ask my best friend. Ask anybody in my life. That's my biggest pet peeve. Like, is it not, BB?
Check.
Can't stand it. Like, I will block you immediately. So, like, I kind of let him know, like, I've been celibate for 4 years. I have been single for 5. I got my heart broken 5 years ago. Just went through another heartbreak recently. Like, basically, whatever you do to rub me the wrong way, I'm done. Like, I'm not tolerating anything. You know, that's my mindset right now. And he's just, like, feeding me these God lines. Just, like, God. Right? So that's what I thought that he was. I was like, okay, well, I don't have to worry about him talking about sex to me because he's a godly man. No. So once we get off the game, I guess they gave him the green light to send me a picture or video of him, of his. So I was like, Jay, what? Like, I was not expecting that. He was like, you like what you see, baby? I was like, I mean, yeah, like, it's cool, but like, when are we gonna FaceTime? Like, I haven't even seen your face. Like I see what you look like, but like, we haven't talked face to face. I haven't seen your mouth move. You know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't FaceTime yet. So, like, when are we gonna do that? And he was like, tomorrow fine. Like, mad because I guess I wasn't into him sending me a picture the third day, a video of him slinging his thing around in slow motion. He put the video in slow motion and sent me that. Like, so I guess he was like turned off that I wanted to like get to know him. I don't know. But like the conversation basically was dead then. Then I tried so hard to get it back to like just us getting to know each other. So I finally got the conversation off of sex and back to us just getting to know each other. And I was like, so tell me about you. So I was like, tell me about you. And so he was like, I'm into golf. I used to play sports. I just like the basic stuff about him, which is kind of what I really wanted to know. But he kept it short and simple. And then the last line of it, he was like, yeah, for more you just gonna have to ask or find out later. But anyways, can I slut you out? And I was like, wait, I just spent all this time getting the conversation to finally not be about sex, and you gonna tell me about yourself, and the last line is gonna be, let me slut you out? Like, are you kidding me? So that's what I'm thinking in my head. And I was like, what does that even mean? And he was like, I want to take you to Pound Town. I'll include the receipts. So I was like, what? Like, shocked again. So this is the, and then I think he sent me another picture or another video of his penis. Never asked, didn't provoke it, didn't ask him for nothing. Don't know why he brought sex up again. I don't know, but he did. So here we go again. So I spent time getting the conversation back off sex. Then the next day comes. So we were all supposed to play Fortnite again together, but he got on early, and then my best friend got home, and so she got on, and then we got on together. So all three of us played around, and then I felt sick, and my best friend wanted to take a break as well. So he was like, yeah. So while we're in the chat, I was like telling my best friend, like, no, let me slow down. Let me rewind. I told my best friend this stuff, and I told her that I was uncomfortable. Like, basically because, like, here we go again. Another guy off the internet just wanting sex from me, like, and just talking sex with me. Got everything I liked, and I really did start to like him. And she's like, hey, just give him another chance. Like, kind of figure out what he wants, Zarya. And I was like, okay, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure out what he wants. So he said, before we got back on the Fortnite for the third time, before the third sexual encounter, which was the last, and it happened today. So, he was like, basically like, yeah, I don't want a relationship right now, but like, he just basically gave me like, put me in the friend zone, basically. Like, I just want to, like, basically he wanted to do just like online hookup, online sex. Like, that's what it was given, like, undertone, but like, that's not what he said. So it's like, oh, so like, you just want to be my friend type shit. I was like, well, but he was like, but what do you want? And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I want a relationship. Like, I want to build something with somebody. However, it has been 4 years since I've been celibate, and it is starting to get a little lonely, you know what I'm saying? So, maybe, like, it's something that I can build on with somebody, and, like, get to know, like, basically everything but the title is okay for right now, because, like, the thought of being in a relationship makes me want to throw up. Like, and I got that from my best friend. Like, just a thought of a relationship, like, as much as me and her been through, like, I can't take it at the point, but like, eventually I do want a relationship, so let's start being friends, let's build up to a relationship, like, you know? And he's like, yeah, like, calm down, like, whatever. And I was like, okay, like, whatever. Okay, so we're on the same page. We get on Fortnite. I told my best friend, like, my best friend was in the thing, so I was like, kind of like busting his balls, like, you know? So I was like, he put me in a friend zone. He's like, oh, wasn't even like that, like. And I was like, yeah, you did though. He's like, I really like you, like, I really fuck with you, like, I really want you, da da da. And then he was like, yeah, I would do this to you, I would do that. I'm never mind. Your best friend in here, I'm not even gonna go that far. He was like, I want that, and I was like, boy, bye, like, just trying to, like my best friend laughing, like, whatever. So she leaves the chat. He's like, let's play a few more games with just me and you. He keeps going, sexual. I'm just like, like, trying to get him to get the hint, like, this is not all I want to talk about. And then when we weren't talking sexually, he was silent. So I'm just like, bro, like, do you not get this is not what I want to talk about? So, like, I'm feeding into it a little bit because I'm just like, oh my God, like, if I don't, he gonna be like, damn, she's not answering me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, this is not what I want to talk about. So, for the third time, so then he's like, we can take a little break, but I'm gonna sing you something. And I was like, okay, like, whatever. And he's like, you good with that? And I'm like, bro, like, you've already sent it twice. You're gonna send the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, like, shut up. Like, you're not, like, he's like, nah, I'm sending you something. Because he would not stop talking about sex. He gets off the game. He sends me another video of his thing in slow motion. And while he's doing that, I'm cleaning up. So I didn't get back to his message like an hour later. So when he did, I sent him like a picture, and I'm not even, you know what's crazy? I'm not even afraid to show the picture of my body because it looks good. I'll definitely include that in here right now. My body looked good, so like I don't care to show that. So that's what I showed him, and he was like, "Damn, like, let me see that ass from the back." Take like da da da. I was like, "Okay, like, you going too far. You gonna have to earn more than that." He was like, "Well, I'm naked, so because you're slinging your thing in slow motion, don't mean you're gonna see my body naked. It's not. That's not what I want. Is that not clear?" Like, do you not get that? That's not what I want, bro. So, like, I'm not, like, into it, bro. But, like, I'm not trying to, like, ruin this for myself because, like, he checks out every box, right? Besides this sexual thing. I just do not want it. Like, I don't know what else to say. And so, like, I was like, yeah, like, the sexual talk, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, we'll see. Like, trying to get him to, like, stop. Like, you know? And then, we got back on Fortnite that night. I played one game with him and his friend, but my mic, I don't have a mic anymore. I gave it to my brother.
We got matching mics.
Mike was out.
And so I didn't have a mic to play with him and his friend. Like, I played one game with them basically last night. And I didn't have a mic to talk to them. So I only played one game with them and then I got off. I didn't message him after because my mind was still on all that shit from earlier. And I was just like, bro, like, I have to make a decision if I'm going to, like, accept that he is going to, like, talk sexually to me and he's not who I thought he was, or I'm gonna have to, like, cut it off before I get too invested. I fall fast, that's no secret, but once I see the qualities of somebody, I fall for them. I'm like, okay, he's into God, check, that's the number one thing. We have the same career, check, boom, like, you know what I'm saying? He's exactly my type, check. Like, everything else can fall in place. Trust and all that stuff else is gonna fall into place, hopefully over time. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that I just was gonna take a step back and just, like, realize and tell my best friend or whatever. So I was gonna tell my best friend the next day. I couldn't sleep, so, like, I'm just rolling around my bed. I'm like, let me just check my messages one more time on Instagram before I go to bed. 3:45 a.m. he sends me a message. Y'all wanna know what it said? I ain't gonna keep switching because this is so fresh. This just happened. So I'm just, like, kind of, like, all over the place, like, mentally, and I'm, like, a little shaken up. So that the me want to record this and then wanting to stop, and then the angle keeps switching because, like, I'm just all over the place. But I just sent my best friend the screenshots of our messages, and she's gonna read what he told me at 3:45 this morning.
Hey, I was thinking about some stuff, and I know we've been talking about having sex with each other, but I gotta stop it. I've been celibate for this long for a reason. My job is to follow God's will, and recently in my life, I've been going against the grain. Earlier, you talked about the types of Christians that you can't really vibe with, and low-key, I'm one of those Christians. Recently in my life, I've been backsliding, went back to my old ways. But at one point in my life, I stopped listening I stopped listening secular. What's secular?
Secular music, like bad music.
Oh, secular music, cursing, having sex, drinking, smoking, as well as many other things. I still don't do a lot of those things, but I want to get back to stop doing all of it. At this point in my life, I just can't have sex just for fun. That temporary feeling's not worth me going to hell for. We can still be cool if you want, but the other stuff just not going to happen with me. I know you might be upset once you read this message, but respectfully, I'd rather you be mad at me than God.
Did y'all hear that shit? I'm the one that said all this. I hope y'all know that. I'm the one that told him I cannot have casual sex and I've been celibate. So he tried to copy me. I'm the one that told him I'm not comfortable with just a hookup. He copied me. He basically peeped that I was uncomfortable with him being a fake ass Christian and tried to pull a me on me. Are you okay? So you waited until I told you all that stuff to basically get mad because he said in the messages before that when he was talking sexual, well, I'm the one that's naked. So because I didn't take all my clothes off and go along with it, or because I didn't want to hook up, you wanted to try to act like me, all of this stuff. We would talk about having sex. I put that my Josiah is the only person in life I would take a bullet for right now on the spare. I put that on his life. I never said no shit like that. Are you okay? I haven't had sex for 4 years because I got my heart broken. Do you think I want you just as a casual hookup? I never once talked about having. It's because he knew I wasn't feeling it. He knew I wasn't feeling the sex stuff. So now you want to pull the godly card. So it went from godly to not godly to godly to not godly to godly to not godly to godly. Like, so you're a Christian, but you're not, but you are, but you're not, but you're not, but you are, but you are, but you're not, but you're not, but you are. I said, so on Sunday, I was like, oh, so how was church? He's like, I didn't go to church. I thought you was a Y'all, this is what I'm not gonna do. So y'all already know what my response was. I flipped. Like, what you're not gonna do is this. So, shall we get to my response? He said, I finally got some time alone and I thought about it. And that's what I did. So that when I got some time alone and I thought about it, this is my messages back to him. You said his name. You said his name.
Oops. Okay.
I'm calling him JJ for the story.
JJ, I'm gonna keep it 100 and as real as possible with you. I've been celibate for 4 years and didn't plan on having sex till I found the one. When I seen your page, I thought, okay, he's a godly man, so I assumed you didn't cuss, but you do. I assumed you wouldn't talk sexual, but you did first. I assumed you would never, all caps, send me nudes, but you on your own, without us even talking about sex, did. In that Fortnite session, you and your friend and my friend was talking sexually, and I didn't even notice because I was so nervous because that was my first time hearing your voice, to the point she had to tell me I have messages with my best friend to prove that, and to also prove that I don't like talking sexually with dudes. I told you earlier it's my biggest turnoff, yet you keep talking sexually on the mic. When you were doing that, I was actually shocked at how much you talked about God, but you were saying stuff like that. I only sent you stuff clothed back after the third time you sent nudes is because my best friend told me after 5 years of not dating that I should loosen up because we had so much in common and she got a good vibe from you for me. When I told her you were talking sexually to me and sent me nudes out the blue, she felt bad for me because she knows that's not what I want at all from a man. You saying this as if I started sex talk with you at all. That's what's upsetting me. You started sex talk and sent nudes by yourself twice. I think you need to start being yourself because the Christian that do that type of shit is what you're doing. One day all about God and the next acting like their true selves. I have a hard time understanding you. All that other stuff. What other stuff? What did I start? What did I do? We never talked about fucking, or at least I didn't. Scroll up and read. I wanted a date, never to fuck you randomly. I never once asked to hook up at all. Oh. I'm so lost. If this was your plan all along, then good job, dude. You can stop typing, JJ. No need to respond. It's cool. Wish you the best. Good night.
Simple. Because I got some time alone. I got some time alone and I thought about it. And that's exactly what the fuck I said back to him, because are you okay? Like, are you okay, bro? Like, before you existed, my biggest pet peeve is exactly what you're doing. Godly man, Christian. Backstory is that where I used to live across the street from these Christians. And these quote unquote Christians I used to live across the street from, they would start fights. Everybody in their household was toxic, lying losers. Like, when I tell you, from the mom to the daughter, to the other daughter, to the son, everybody in that house was devils. Started drama every time they got a chance. Lied, kept money, kept secrets. They made our living situation in our neighborhood so uncomfortable. They were in everybody's business, talking about, like, y'all, I'm probably gonna have like a separate story time about my horror neighbor stories, and that's the story I'm going to tell. It was so bad it affected my mental health for 4 years. I'm so serious. So that's how bad the neighbors were. But they were in church every Sunday, baby, dressed up, putting on a fucking front and a facade. And the house they were giving across the street from me was for free, babe. And I've never met more horrible people in my entire life. And I literally still hold a grudge to this day. Like, that's how terrible these people were. So I told him, if you're that type of Christian, spare me, bro. And that's exactly what he is. His social media, everything is about God. God, God. All his captions on his pictures, his bio, everything he posts is about God. And then behind the scenes, he's sending nudes, cussing, and acting like his real self. Bro, I'm from the hood, babe. I'm from the hood. And he sound more gangster in hood than I do. Yo, fuck out of here type shit. And I'm like, what? Like, what? So this is who you really are. So just admit it and be yourself. You have the fucking nerve to tell somebody to be themselves when this is really who you are outside of your Instagram and your social media? You're fake. That's fake, bro. Be yourself. You ain't no fucking Christian. That's not Christian. Are you okay? Everybody makes mistakes, but you're a fraud. And so because you didn't see my body naked, you're going to turn over the next day and be like, oh, I don't want to have sex with... I never wanted to. What? Yo. So my best friend, as you guys can see, she just went in somewhere. So I want to just calm down and finish my last thought. I'm hurt. I'm confused. I had to block him off of everything. And I have to move on from myself. I am Baptist, but I am going through a rough patch with my relationship with God. Because last year was by far the worst year of my entire life. I haven't had a year like that since my 10th grade year of high school. And truly, I didn't know if I could come back from it. It was such a bad year for me. I'm not perfect. Never once did I tell this person that I was perfect. Never once did I tell this person I didn't cuss. Never once did I tell this person I was a Christian holy dial. Never would tell nobody nothing like that. And I'm authentically myself. And that's what I'm looking for in a man. A man, not a boy, not a gaslighter. I'm not looking for that. I'm saving this and I'm saying this for myself. Simple. I will not settle. And this was just another distraction from who I'm really supposed to be with. And another test. And I would say I passed. Started to fall for it, but I passed. I pulled myself out of it. I put my emotions out of it. Last night was the last and final time I will ever cry about this person. And he is no longer in my life. Take your time to find somebody, because you'll go through situations like this. before you get to who you're really supposed to be with. And I've also come to the conclusion, if I don't find the person for me, then I'm gonna have to learn how to be okay with being alone, like I have for the last 4 years. It didn't start getting lonely until about year 3. And like I said, I will be okay if I don't find the one, and I'm never gonna settle. And these type of men are the reason why I'm never gonna settle. Okay? Wish him the best. Hopefully he finds his relationship with God, because clearly he needs to again. Y'all, this just happened to me today, so I'm still going through the emotions, still going through the feels. I am done crying. Last night was my last time. Well, this morning at 4 a.m. was my last time crying about the situation, my first and last, and I'm not gonna cry anymore. I am good. However, I still am like just going through the feels right now. That it hasn't even been 12 hours yet, so that's all I have to say to any girl watching this. Please don't settle, because you're worth so much more. Please don't settle. Yeah, and I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being part of my life and letting me be just a small part of yours.